Hey guys, rachaelcprhair here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very different video for this channel. I am going to be talking about underarms. I am going to be talking about summertime underarm care. This is something that I wanted to do for a while, but I always held back. But I love watching videos on the underarm routines for people who have gone natural with their underarm care, because when you stop using the traditional or mainstream deodorants, your underarm care really has to change in order for you to have that fresh feeling under your arms. So I guess I should start off by saying this is not going to be a video for everyone, and I am going to show you my underarms. And so if that makes you squeamish or if it's just not your thing, I completely understand. Okay. So for underarm care for the summertime, it is very different for natural underarm care for the wintertime, because in the wintertime you don't sweat as much. At least I don't. I don't sweat as much. And so my underarm care can be a lot more natural without really worrying, because I'm not going to perspire as much. But in the summertime, it's a completely different thing because it is so hot outside, and you do a lot of outdoor activities that make it so that you need to care for your underarm area differently. I am going to tell you, I am not looking to stop sweating, because I realize after all of the research that I've done personally and coupled with the naturopath specialists that I see, I know that perspiration, including under your arms, is very healthy, and it's something that you need in order for you to allow toxins to leave your body. So that being said, I use natural deodorants, but my challenge is I cannot use a natural deodorant that has baking soda in it. So online I tried the baking soda mixtures where you mix the baking soda and the coconut oil and all of those things, and you just have something that you can rub on. Each and every time I use that, it burns my skin. So my routine that I have right now, I'm really happy with, and it's literally skincare for my underarms. And so obviously the problem that happens with your underarms is definitely bacteria. If there's bacteria growing, bad bacteria, that will definitely cause you to have an odor, and that is the ultimate thing that we all want to avoid when it comes to deodorants and things like that. Now, this is the point where I am going to show you my underarms. So if you don't want to see this, you can skip it now. I'm going to put the signal on the screen where you can skip to, or the timestamp on the screen, so that you can skip to that point if you do not want to see my underarms, okay? So for my underarms, I do have some shading. This is not darkness as much as this is shading, because I do not get my underarms waxed. I do find that in the time that I was getting my underarms waxed, I did not have this shading, because I have dark hair, as you can see. And so the shading I have under here is actually the effects of my hair being cut, but it's still the little tiny pieces of it that's in the skin is what causes this shading. So if I stretch my skin out, you can see that my skin itself has no coloring on it. It's just the very same color as the rest of my body, or my under area. And so this shading right here is actually caused from the hair that is just waiting to grow out of the skin. I was actually hoping at this point that I could start getting my underarms waxed again, but at this point, with the stay in place order, I don't see where I'm going to be going to a salon to get waxed. And so I will more than likely have to go the route of self-waxing, because I do want to get rid of this shading right here. That's something I definitely want to get rid of. And there's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing. I just would like to not have it. There's nothing wrong with this. When I shave my underarm area, it is nice and clear. The next thing that I do is I pull out my trusty body scrubber. This body scrubber, I have been using this for my skin on my face. I have been using this well over a year. This was sent to me a little over a year ago. This was sent to me by the Duval company, and I have a lot of face scrubbers that this thing switches so easily from my face scrubber to my body scrubber that I need to keep my skin clear, that this has been my go-to. And even though this was sent to me like a year ago, the code for this, like the coupon code, is still active and you can use it. I do not get anything from this. This is just a coupon code that would be available to you. It is still an active code. Again, I get absolutely nothing if you were to purchase and use that code. It's just something that is available to you. But this thing is so fabulous. I use this, of course, on my skin to keep my skin from breaking out after I wash my hair with all the butters and creams I put in my hair now. But this under my arms it's amazing. It's amazing where if I just scrub and scrub and scrub, I just get such a nice deep clean as well as a gentle exfoliating process, because I'm so nervous about, because this skin is so sensitive because it's not touched a lot, and so the skin under your arms is really sensitive, and so this brush is nice and soft, and so especially when it's like warmed up with your water and you put your whatever kind of cream or soap that you want to use, you just put it underneath your arms and you just get off all of the dead skin that can cause any kind of an issues or odor, and it's perfect. The reason why I even looked to use this was because I was using a body scrub. I love the Shea Moisture Coffee Body Scrub, and I was using that on my underarms. My little sister was the one who told me about that. She said when she goes into the shower, she exfoliates her underarms to make sure that she does not, she doesn't have like an odor or anything like that. I started doing that, but one day I ran out of my exfoliator, and so I said, well, I have this body scrubber, and I used this right here. I mean, I already had it because I was using it for my skin on my shoulders, and then I just took it and I just said, wow, this is great. And it wasn't harsh or anything like that. Not that my exfoliator was harsh as much as the beads are a little bit more intense. But now I still have a scrub, and this is a scrub that I make myself. It has grapeseed oil. No, it has olive oil, castor oil, just a little bit of castor oil, coffee grounds, white sugar, brown sugar. That's it. Mix it up, and I use it to, I don't want to make a mess. And I just use it under my arms. I don't use it all the time. I use it maybe about twice a week. This is what it looks like, and it just smells like coffee. It doesn't smell like really, ooh, that smells good. I was gonna say it doesn't really smell good, but I love the smell of coffee, and this smells just like some incredibly yummy coffee. Oh, I didn't mention I put a little bit of honey in this as well, and I use 1 teaspoon of each of those products. With the exception of the white sugar, I use 2 teaspoons. So afterward, I just clear all of that off, and then I go to my my prepping for my skin. I always use oils under my skin. When I shower at nighttime, I just put my oil all over my skin. My oil of choice is castor oil. I take my castor oil and I just put it all over my skin, and it just like really soothes the skin. So castor oil at nighttime. During the daytime, what I do is I do this mixture right here for my deodorant. In the beginning of using natural deodorants, it is very difficult. It's usually a good thing to do if you are going to, like right now we're in the stay in place. It's a good time now to try to break your body of the traditional deodorants if you are deciding to do that. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone's lifestyle. I'm at home most of the time. But so I have the opportunity to refresh my, my system a lot. But this is my deodorant mixture, and this is a mixture of witch hazel and lemon juice. That's it. And it just neutralizes the smell under my arms. It's not to say that it smells lemony fresh or anything like that. And this is not fresh lemon juice. I was using fresh lemon juice, which is really, really good, but I have to keep the fresh lemon juice in the freezer, in the refrigerator. I can't keep it at my vanity. As you can see, I make it in very small batches. This is a brand new batch. I do not fill it. This is just a small batch that I make, and I just spray it underneath my arms, and I can actually just like spray it all over, like all my shoulders, everything. It's a nice refresher because it is just very natural. It's just the concentrate that I buy from the supermarket. So it's all food grade and some witch hazel. I spray it underneath my arms, and I just let it dry with my arms up like this. Like, I don't put my arms down. I let it dry so it has a nice coating just like this, and I just, like, you know, fan it until it's dry. And if I want to add a little bit of scent, because my arms would just be neutral, they won't smell like anything, but I always love to use deodorants that had some kind of a fragrance, then you can just put in your essential oils. And if you want to put your essential oil in your mixture, you can do that, or you can just tap a little bit on your hands with your oil and just tap it underneath your arms. Now this one right here is lavender. It is the smell is very strong. So 1 drop of this lavender oil in my other carrier oil, rub it together, is all that I need, and you can definitely smell it. So that is what I do for my underarms. As far as treatments, I use masks under my arms, and I will use whatever masks I use on my face. Usually there is a little bit left over in the package. Like if I were to use this one and use it on my face, there is usually a little bit left over in here, and I will just take it and I will put it underneath my arms as a treatment for my underarm, the skin under my arms. In the summertime, I carry a little purse that has a washcloth in it with a little bit of soap. And then if I am out somewhere, I will just go and I will just clean my underarms. I don't just like say, oh, I think something's going on. I go, even if it just feels sticky or because I'm perspiring, I will just take my washcloth and I'll just clean my underarms. It's not a big deal to me. I don't feel embarrassed by it. I don't do it in a public way, and I certainly don't like go into a public restroom and just like start bathing, as much as I will have everything I need where I can just go, you know, pull back and just kind of like just clean my underarm areas. A small container like this with soapy water in it is perfect, especially if it's a no rinse kind of a shampoo, like baby shampoo. If you put a little bit of that like in a little spray bottle like this, and then you can just clean up your body, and that's just it. It's less convenient than the deodorants that have the aluminum that make you not sweat, but it's more convenient than having a problem because of the aluminum in your system. So that's it. That's my entire routine for my underarm care, all the things that I have been putting into my routine. I would love it if you were to add any additional things that you have tried or if you have heard of, or channels that you know of where they include underarm care. Again, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon, guys. Bye!